After you recorded your songs, they became a hit here in Panama. So did you record here in Panama or did you record it? Okay, so you recorded the song in Panama, right?
Yeah, I recorded a song in Panama called Panama Fresh. And that was a song from the songs, the rhythms, you know. Money, all do no bread from money,
All fresh.
all fresh, all that rhythm. Phrase style on it like, wepa, wepa, ahí nada más. Este es el fresh de Panama, wepa, we. And I just, that song, make a video to that song. It works out in Panama good. Then, side of that, that's when I would used to move up and down with this guy named DJ Cliff.
Everybody talks about this DJ Cliff.
You can't leave Cliff out of this.
Everybody that I interview always mention him.
If you leave Cliff, because you jump over a cliff. Because Cliff was one of the foundation on this. Cliff was the person that took Renato LP, Chichoman LP, and my cassette. I didn't have an LP, I have a cassette. And he took it to this guy in New York, Carl Miller and other peoples, and they listened to it. But when he gave Carl Miller, and he heard the songs, he read Renato the song, he said, yeah man, that's good, I like it. Who is the guy with the cassette? Because I was Spanglishing and he thought I was Jamaican. So that's where, it's not because mine was better, or because Carl here, like I would say, yo conocí a una muchacha que se llama Elena, para levantarme la tarde una quincena, me llevo a su casa a comer la cena, adivina que me dio pan duro con avena. No, no see me come, no see me down, on watch the reggae song me came from down the Kingston. Yes, in the up, them call it Abajo. Where me from? Strictly from Riabajo. And you know, and I just...
The twang, it was the Caribbean twang.
I started all Jamaican soul up on one, cause the reggae song is up on Panamanian ladies, you know, so him feel that
right
at that moment him say, well, this is just coming out, it's the first time I heard it, so let's kind of mix it. But it doesn't mean that Renato was badass, Chichomano was badass, but I will say to Carl, him just didn't understand ABC in Spanish and him receive a little bit and him say, oh, so that's the way I was doing it. I could just mix and just, you know,
like go back and forth.
Spanglish and go back and forth. Because I used to do it because the crowd, you in Riabao, who don't talk Spanish? Who don't talk English? Back then. No.
The culture is very lost.
No, your great, no, this is like your great grand, from your mother's side, from your father's side. No, and our side, no, is the children of our 50s, 60s, who is 60 today, and 55 today. Those are the children that not speaking Spanish. No, don't look at me like that.
You mean English?
They're not speaking English, right. Good correction, but still, don't look at me like that. They are not talking English or whatever. No, that's where I'm just saying what I'm living.
Do you think why do you think that is? Do you think that's a cultural thing because I'm going to tell you why. Once I get your explanation, I'm going to give you my feedback on it. But why do you think that they don't want to speak English? What happened during that time where the culture was like lost?
I wouldn't have maybe a correct answer for that. I would have the answer that I am living and I have seen. I just think, because I'm not going to emphasize on one of my kids.
Okay.
Don't speak it, don't want to speak it. I put her in the, learn English. She wasn't into it. Pero eso no es inglés. Ese inglés de wari wari. And I said, mira, tú no hables así porque tú tienes que aprender inglés. Tú estás hablando que tú quieres ir a los Estados Unidos, que tú quieres ir para Europa. Allá hablan inglés. Entonces, papá, yo me voy a meter en una escuela para aprender inglés. That was her attitude. I'm not saying I was cool with it, but I can't stop her from speaking.
Right.
I can stop her from making me make a correction.
Right.
So I make the correction and she understood. I said, tú no puedes hablar así. ¿Por qué? Porque esto es algo, lo único que te va a quedar en la vida es la educación. That doesn't go away. Everything gonna go. Education is first, foundation. So it's just like, some was lucky like back then, but more or less same. He came out, he dropped out of school. But he said music was his inspiration and not education. And that's when he was on and on until he went to the United States in Delaware. Once he get there and start working in pharmaceutical business, working as in the Chrysler company or working, he start seeing the real racism and went back to Jamaica and married to his love of life, Alpharita Anderson. You know Alpharita Anderson?
Yes, I do.
All right, so I'm looking at who's Alpharita. Rita Marley. That's right. When I say he's married, it's Cuban love. Who is from Cuba? Rita Marley.
She was from Cuba?
Yes, she's from Cuba.
Wow, I didn't know that. All right, well, bringing that back to the not speaking English thing and a cultural thing, the reason why, well, first of all, my son, at one point, he came home not wanting to speak English either, and my father had to tell him, no. In this house, you speak English. When you outside with your friends, you speak Spanish. And I think the reason why is because they wanted to fit in with everybody else.
I agree with you 100%. Well, you know what I'm coming with? But.
I'm listening.
The but is the honesty that, you know, as I say, people don't want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, I'm sorry, but this is what I live. Our kids of today, they're very battling. They battle a lot.
With who they are?
With their parents.
Oh, okay.
Our kids, I'm not mean like your kids or my kids to try to be disrespectful, because that's not where I'm going. The generation of today, let's put it that, they battle a lot. They're disrespectful too. Yeah, I know you don't want to hear it, but let's keep it real. And whatever my parents, our parents didn't give us, we own the Bank of America, we giving them everything. I used to have a problem walking with a quarter. No, them ask you, boy, I need $200 to buy this, to buy that. When we know we couldn't get it. I know what was bread and butter. No, this is why we don't, I mean, I'm just keeping it real, my people. Our kids, them are very, now, we have some strong parents. Just like how we have some weak parents. Oh, him like that, no, him like that, no. That's the way you put him. Him didn't grow up with me, him grew up with you. So I had a strong mother, man, Lord of mercy. I have a strong mother that maybe because of that, where I'm at, it just make me speak where I'm at today. You remember your parents used to tell you, you better listen to what I'm telling you. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. You're going to remember what I tell you later. Hey, as we said, dicho y hecho. I remember Mama used to tell me this, well, Lord. And that's where I fall into it. But that's my thing with the parents of today and the kids of today. A lot of mother want to be hanging with them kids too. And hanging in the same bar. And hanging in the same club. And when I mean if it's a party, it's a party. But we can't hang in the same, no, we can't. I can't go back with my daughter and go, and no, hell to the no. But I respect what you all do. I respect, but hey, the truth is the truth. And sometimes the truth hurt. But my granny used to say, Vicks good for everything. Rubbing himself with Vicks.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the music, right?
Yeah.
Once the songs, who was it? Cliff, you said his name was DJ Cliff. He took you and your music, the artist said that's the music that he was interested in because of the twang. Then what happened?
When I end up in Jamaica, I start having the same problem I had in Panama.
Which was?
I am not looking up to sign with anybody.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying I'm right. And I can admit today and say, you know what, yeah, maybe I was wrong. But I can't be giving honey where there's no money.
Right.
So I start mingling with Bobby Digital, that was Shabba Rank's manager. I start dealing with Top Ranking. He was Johnny P. He was running Johnny P. And I start dealing with the other peoples from King Jammy's. And I start dealing with the other people from Penthouse in Jamaica, which was Jermaine Donovan. So I deal and record for all of those guys. But here comes the problem, who you with? Because they had a problem that I was recording with all of them. Which to me it was cool, but for them it wasn't. And I understand that. But I couldn't be tied down when I don't see there was no contract or there was nothing going on for me. So I try to start to do some stuff on my own and with some independent guys. And then I went to this guy named Top Ranking, and he also said, hey, Johnny P have a song named By Law. No, by law is, you know, I got to correct that part. By law, as the law, you know, the government, the law. So I switch it around in baila, dance. So then he have like a by law, by law, by law, by law. Girl take him and them take him by law. So I come up with the dancing part and put baila, 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 baila. Este reggae sama no lo pueden parar. Yo soy el rapeador que representa Panama. You know, and I just start doing that song. Shabba come with Wicked in Bed. I am bad, bad, and no wicked in no bed. Wicked, bad, and mad in a bed. I'm going to tell you all your friends are Shabba wicked in a bed. And I'm telling me, you can't do that one. And I say, yo soy un loco cuando se trata de mujeres. Loco y terrible todo yo lo puedo hacer. Pues voy a decirle a todas las chicas que yo tengo el poder. El reggae siempre sígame. And I go with that again. And they send that song to Japan and to VP Records.
So wait a sec, I just want to clear something up. So the people in Jamaica wanted you to sing the Spanish version of
the Jamaican song, which I did.
Well, the reason why I want to clear that up is because a lot of people were saying, oh, well, Panamanians, they just copy everything that Jamaica did, not realizing that Jamaicans were the ones that wanted you to sing it that way.
Yeah, my songs, as in Baila and Mascandela and Wicked in Bed, they are original songs by Jamaicans.
No,
if you look on my song with that is with Shabba Ranks, the rights, the mechanical voice, that's me, but the rights for the rhythm and the melody is Shabba. Shabba and I myself, we work for the same man, Bobby Digital. So Bobby Digital is in Jamaica, just as Johnny P. No, this is not that I cut. That's what they pay me for.
I'm so happy that you actually clearing this up, because a lot of people, well, because I had made a video before and a lot of Puerto Ricans were saying like, oh please, all the Panamanians did was just copy what Jamaicans did. They didn't have no originality. That's all that they did, not realizing that it actually was the Jamaican artists that wanted the Panamanians to sing that way.
Ranking, Bobby Digital.
And I know you're not lying, because Gringo Man said the same thing.
Yeah, but my records are out there also, so it is. But now I will tell you why. Because we speak the Jamaican patois.
Exactly.
And we speak English. Now, when they was looking for me, they gave me the address when I went to Jamaica. I just want to share this with you a little bit. When I went to Jamaica and I went to the studio, the guy told me, come here, ABC, and once you see that, let the cabbie leave you right at the corner of this, and just call us and we will come out. I reach to the spot, and I call the guy. Say, Top Ranking, this is reggae song. Oh, the Panama guy. I say, yes. Where you there? I say, me outside. When he walk out, I don't know him, he don't know me. This guy was like 100 feet from me, and you know, people around, and I'm 100 people, and he don't acknowledge me and acknowledge him. You know why? He was waiting for a Spanish guy. He just see me blend into everybody, so this must be another Jamaican. So the guy went back. I stay waiting. I would tell, I don't want to exactly, hey, como 45 minutos. And the guy was like, and I call again, because I had to go to the pay phone. It's not like I have no cell phone, none of that. And I say, Top Ranking, I want to be nice. I say, are you coming out? He say, oh, you mean me come out, man? I did something there so long time and me not see you. He said, no, man, I've been here standing. I say, he said, wait. I say, I'm outside of let me make sure I'm at the spot where you tell me. And this him say, yeah, man. You never see a man with a blue shirt and this. You say, yeah, but I don't know. I have on a blue this and a blue that. And man say, oh, you're a black man. You say, yes, I'm black. What you expect? He said, no, man, because of the Spanish man. Me think me I go see them, you know, the Mexico, him call it. Me think me I go see the local Mexico, man. I said, no, man. A black man, a West, and then him came out. Once him came out, that was it. I said, Ranking. Him say, yeah, reggae song. I said, yeah. He said, Bumbo Cleat, a long time you see you, you know. He said, yeah, man, I me that, man. He said, blouse and skirt, Gilbert, come say, so we just went back in, and the next thing was history. And him say, this song. And we talked to him about this song. He said, so by law, you're talking about the law. I said, I have a rhyme for it, but in Spanish, it's far from it. Your own is by the law. My own mean dancing. So what you call it? I said, bailar. He said, let's dance. Vamos a bailar. He said, what? He said, yeah, baila. Yes. I said, but that's... So you can't link. I said, yeah, mom, I go eat that up. And then we linked that up. And I used to collect right there. Them used to ship. Them strong market was Canada. It was in America. America was the market, but like strong for show was Japan, England, hey, Canada, most as how them say, most in Toronto.
That's where the most Caribbean people.
Man, so that's the way. So with Bobby now, I started recording there, and that's when I record most of my, like 3 of my other songs. I ain't gonna say that they had a problem with me. They did, because I just couldn't stay quiet in one spot, because ain't nothing going on. That's why I said you have to be careful with manager, because enough of them are damager. Yeah.
And so was that your exit from the music industry after that?
It was my exit, and then here comes some stuff that looks sweet, and it was bitter for me. You know, like what worked for you don't work for me.
Right.
And I could say like what worked for Renato didn't work for me. So they had a group, they built up a group by the name of Las Cuatro Potencia. I don't know if you heard about it, that Renato must talk about it. La Cuatro Potencia, and where they had Renato, we had Jan and Suppose, we had Gavi, and they had Cocoman. I wasn't part of it. With that said, once they did that, they had a problem with Cocoman. The problem was Easy and Freezy. So they kicked Cocoman out of the group for whatever reason, personal reason. And then I will say they talk to Weecher and say, hey, what about this guy that does sing? And Renato Reggae Sam say, yeah, man, we like him. So then they got me, welcomed me to the group, and that was it. I started to be part of the group. The bad part I didn't like now is...
Manager.
I must say, can I say it?
Yeah.
The damager. That's the part I didn't like, because, and that's the part, like whatever, I was a replacement for Cocoman. Because they need to put somebody solid. And as I tell you, Shana, wicked, I was wicked. So I can't be, yeah, no, mash up that. So when I went in the group, they record almost all the shows they've been doing. There was no money. And I can tell you, I love Renato to the max. But I can bet my last, well, I don't know quarter, I have $1 now. I can bet the last, he ain't going to talk about it, because Renato is a person that, you know, he could throw things under the bus and move on. I couldn't move on with that, because that's what stopped me from getting my big break. And my big break was to work in the company where the general was. General called me and sent talking to his people to get me over. And by that said, when the music was in, he told me, hey, we ready. Because me and General make a promise. We used to sing around Riabao all over. Make flow shows in these places in Riabao, Studio 22. Then they gone to Brooklyn 44. Then, you know, a lot of stuff. But we make a commitment that he said, you know, hey, if I make it over there, I'm going to pull you over. And I said, well, if anything go on over here in Panama, I'm going to link you up. So General started doing its thing. Make it and call me and say, hey, you in some group about Cuatro Potencia? I say, yeah, you know. He said, well, you talk to them, make them let you go and come over. So I thinking it was easy and cheesy. But boy, when I went and I talked to the management, they say they ain't going to let me go. Since they let go Cocoman, I say, okay, you can't let go Reggae Sam and replace him again. They say, we ain't going to let you go. And let me just look in the camera. That was the part that bothers me a lot. You hold me up and you didn't do the job. You see, you hold me up and you didn't do the job. So it started to be a battle. I was mad. Boy, mad out of this world. Because it just break my vibe. You know, it break my vibe to even though, Jano, I can't lie. I was going to all the show and I didn't want to sing because I was looking for an excuse for them to kick me out. I am honest with that. And still yet them don't let me go. And that's the reason they have a song. Renato would have the song, Soy tu papi Elma. And then the same rhythm, they put Jan and Suppose. And the same rhythm, then put Jan and Suppose. Tengo un camión lleno de gon, lo traigo. Then the same rhythm, then put Gabi like, Emeneito, Emeneito. So I said, well, I'm going to jump and say, no. Then the management start making decision over me. And said, no, you don't sing, loco. You have a style and we want you to make something different. And they had me sing the song, Dime por qué, dime. Which
You had a cane in that video.
I had a cane. And that's the cane I wanted to break on all of them. Jano, man, I didn't want, but you know, you have to follow management. But this song was big in Florida, in the United States. It wasn't big in Panama. So with that said, the biggest artist in that moment with a Cuatro Potencia that was running things was Gabi. So they make a tricky, which it works for them, because they started to call, if you want reggae song, it go like a little bit. You want Jan and Suppose, you want Renato, but out of that 100%, 55 was for Gabi. Everyone want Gabi. You see what I'm saying? So they sold it as in, if you want Gabi, you have to take the whole package. So by taking the whole package, that's when we start pushing out our own music. So when it was big show and a show, live show, I say I'm gonna do this because on a live show, that's where you always get the contracts. And people say, hey, I like this guy. So I was one of the mostly, I used to get like, hey, so you know you never want to go first. They want to put you for second, third, they say, I don't fighting to go first. Because when I go first and ram that up, you know better keep up the heat. Whoever come in second and third. So I'm saying, no, te vamos a poner de primero para que tú revientes el hielo. Which I didn't want to come out first, but when I come out, I do my thing. And it just blazed, and then you have the second person coming up, the third person coming up. And we start having problem. Problem how? Full in all the shows. In Colombia, in Ecuador, in Peru, in Costa Rica. Pocket broken, no. Nothing now go on for us.
Because of management.
Because of damagement. So they always have something like this. And I just saying it, you know, I would have that. I think this is the first time I say it. I never said this in an interview. So because it's in English, it went spread better. Yes, I said it. Yes, it happened. Yes, you don't like it. So you better bite it. This is what happened. That's why I was mad. So with that said, I said, yo, Alo, and let me go. And they told me they're not going to let me go. They're not going to let me go. And if they wanted to let me, if I want them to let me go, I'm supposed to talk to the general and the management.
For them to pay you out.
For them to pay, to buy me out.
And this was another Panamanian.
Yeah. Yeah. So so still yet, general say, how much them want? I said, bruh, the thing was serious for me to go over. I might come again. The man say more than $15,000. I said, make him go. You know, I don't know what coming behind that. And it's just, so don't ask me, oh, I came out of it because the years had to go by. And it went by, and I gone. And then we start recording and touring with the general. And you know, things start spicing up, nicing up. But I even forget one of the best thing I think when we had a problem because we wasn't getting the money. John and Suppose talked to this guy from Costa Rica. And the guy said, hey, I want to get you all man them to come over. And John, you know, and Suppose like, yeah, you have to talk to the manager. And he said, no man, we don't want no manager. I want to talk to you all, you know? And he said, no man, we can't do that like that. Suppose, big up on yourself. Suppose came and said, vamos a hablar con Sam. Hey Sam, we get this. This guy in Costa Rica by his name is Floyd. He want to get you all to Dynasty and to Limon and to all these San Jose and all around, like 15 days a tour. And I said, what? So I think it's so what the manager say. He said, no, he don't want no manager. He want we write it. I say, so then I told Suppose and John, before Uno said and asked me anything, I'm going to let you know from the get-go, Renato is not going. Renato ain't going to do that. I could put my hand in fire. Renato, I'm cool. I say, honestly, I love him, but I was just stubborn, you know. I was just full, yo, man, I was just. So he said, I told him, so he said, and what happened to Gabi? I said, you know what? Me and Gabi Lang cool. I'm going to talk to Gabi. I tell Gabi Lang, hey, this is what's going on, man. We have something in Costa Rica, 15 show. This and this is going on. They going to pay we. And Gabi said, who going? I said, John, and Suppose you and me. He said, what happened? I said, you know, let's not talk about. We gone Costa Rica, China. Give the show, get we money, come back. You know, when we come back, fire. The management was in blaze. So he called everyone individually for a meeting and to go in. So at that time, I think I winning now. Even though I know I did wrong, I said, okay, you win. Let me go now. I said, bueno, si hay un problema, entonces sácame del grupo, pues. No, pero ese es el problema que tú tienes. Tú quieres, but, God.
When's your birthday?
August 13.
You a Leo?
You have something for me for the day?
No.
Yeah, right now. So that's what happened, and he put one of us something wrong that we did for them. We get our money, but that turned out to be good. Now you want to say how? Because when he called all of us individually in the office, I just tell him, listen, my daughter about to born. So I don't know what we went to do. I don't know about them, but I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to just tell you, my thing. And I said, I don't know why he tell the other guys. And I'll be honest, because he pull us individually. Mm-hmm. He says, from today on, I'm going to give you all $200 every 15 days. So I don't want $200. So and I just throw. I didn't say I was like, I just throw something, make him just to be stubborn. I just want to just keep nailing it. I said, well, I don't want $200. He said, so ¿cuánto tú quieres? So I like, dame 350. Pues. So let us some too, you know. But I'm not saying that I'm going to get it. I said, just get mad and just kick me out.
Yeah, no.
And the man give me the $350 every pay. We get $350. The others get paid every 15 days. We was going to the office, sing or don't sing. And then when we sing, we get paid. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to stand up. You got to stand on your feet. And I'm not saying I was right, but you get tired of it. Too much, too much of something good for nothing.
There's a saying that says, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything.
Yeah, right. So honestly, that's what happened. They start paying us. I think I was the first one every payday I was there. I get my money and I gone.
So now there's something amazing that's happening in Panama, which is El Museo de Reggae en Español. And you are in there as the pioneers of reggae in Spanish. How do you feel about that?
You know, I feel as an honor, good, and I feel bad about it to give like the aspect when it comes to black people. I think the government likes support everything, especially when it's politician movement. And I'm talking to a lot of youth, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. When it's something for blacks, like reggae music is one of the powerful music in Panama that move politician music. That move y'all politician that looking at me now, that move you guys candidate and move the situation. But now it comes that this museum it come to, to honor the guys them, to honor, as I say, Renato, Chicho Man, El General, myself, Reggae Sam, Gringo Man, Nandi, Super Nandi. And you see all what I'm saying? You see spirit black people. Mm-hmm. There's nobody but who building it? a white Spanish friend of mine. I tell him nobody thinking about it, so you go ahead and do it. He hit a lot of politician doors, and they closed the door. They closed the door for the guy. Like to just say, let's donate, let's support these guys. You know, all of these artists that I just mentioned, Gringo Man, he's from 15th Street, Rio. I from Parque, Villa Lorena. You see where I'm going? All of these guys, all of these brothers, all of these black guys, all from Rio. Now we get an honor and nobody to support. But make politicians turn around and say politics start. All them same guys, them running down to go and sing on the politician business. Because a lot of people ain't going to talk about it. Because it means that if I go and knock your door, you're going to close it down. But I don't think you should close down my door for being honest and just giving you the example of something that you should do. That you should do. When I start singing, this is one of my best friends and nice lady. Graciela Dixon was the first politician person that I sing for. I sing for. Never had a problem with her. She was very supportive. She's from Colon. She came up to Riawao and do her. And whoa, it turned out proud of what she have done. I am what I have seen. But I can mention you a lot of people that I know in the music. If anybody of you guys know Alberto Barro, I start DJing music and singing in his first equipment, and I remember that name, Sonodis. And the reason I mention it because that was my first hole in the microphone to sing, to talk. And these are the people that, and I'm not saying them, I mean when I mean the globally politician, that, hey, you guys should be supporting the Museo de Reggae en Español. Because it's all these guys from Riobao. And it doesn't hurt, it just bother me like to say, because the guy have told me, you know how many doors I knock and go, or if they want to sit down with him and try to say, okay, this is what we can do, or we want to be part of it, or we want to take over in this aspect, and you know, we could come to a reason, you know, a commitment, let's come close, 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, but come to something. And I'm saying it because the guy tell me like, yo no sé si es porque soy blanquito y ahora estoy con esto, but nobody's doing it. So it's just, I can't go into people's problem because they have a problem with you. Someone would come and say, oh, Shayna, me and you cool. That's not my problem. I don't know what they did to you. Well, I know me and you cool. And they do that at the job. At any place you go, you come in, oh, don't talk to him. Don't talk to she. Hey, live your life by your experience with the people you mingle and mingle with. And if you see it's wrong, hey, just move on. But I stick in that part, Shayna, because don't even pass this. Because it's terrible that politics is politricks, and I have seen it. Now they go, you hear what I'm saying? Hey, let's do something better for it. Maybe because I'm not part of it now, I'm not part of it. I talk freely, and I could just leave it until that part because the vibe of my face keep dropping. Like that's the part that bothers me.
I think that it's amazing, regardless of what the politicians or what the government feels. I think it's an amazing thing, and I think that in due time, people are still catching on to it because I'm always in there. I'm always doing interviews, and people are very excited. I had an event there, and there were people that came to see the museum, and they were very intrigued about every single person that was actually in the museum. That's why I take time to do these interviews with the people that started the Reggae en Español movement, or just reggae period in Panama, the whole movement, because I feel that there's a story and people need to know the story. And the longer that we wait and depend on politics, the story is going to keep getting buried and buried and buried until the point where it gets wiped out and nobody doesn't know anything. And then you have what's going on right now with Puerto Rico, with people, with them trying to wipe out the whole entire history of what was started in Panama.
Right, and that's where the part of the museum come in. And this is what the first reggae museum made in Panama, no support. So they're taking away our music, our beginning, the starting of it. Now we get the museum to just try to big up we chest. Nobody. But you know what? I'm really talking to the politics because this is what they is looking for us. But now that we looking for them, nobody show up. Nobody show up. And I'm
What
sorry.
you mean? I showed up?
No, politicians.
Oh, okay.
Politicians. Politicians, yeah. Because they will look for you to pay you and just, hey, déjalo que haga bulla allá arriba y brinque y salte. ¿Quién es el candidato? But now that you say, hey, can you support us doing this? I bet you know these artists, like myself and the others, can make a meeting to go and see all these guys that know each and every one name and say, hey, no, we're here to just get a support because we want to create this. And by that said, they say they try, but nobody do it. Christmas come, watch them giving up all the ham and turkey.
Well, I have a suggestion that I'm going to tell you when the cameras is off. That could work, but that's something else that we have to talk about after when the cameras are shut off. But I see that you have some merchandise right here. It says you got a hat, you got a cup, and it says Soca Latina.
Socatina.
Can we let's show them? Can we show them?
So first I'm going to start with the hat and just encourage people and let you have a little history of what's going on. This is Socatina. What is Socatina? Socatina is the new movement with the name that is Soca en Español. But because of Soca en Español with a fusion of Latin, because we want to get in the Puerto Ricans, we want to get in the Dominicans, we want to get in Salvador, Ecuador, Guinea Equatorial, all of where the speaking language Spanish is. And we try to bring the soca in and blend it and fusion with the Latin rhythm. And that's what we have. So at this time I have the hat. And you know why I have this here, right? Because you are the first person getting it.
Oh, this is for me?
Yes, this is for you.
Thank you.
So this is, remember when you have your tea in the morning.
You know about my ginger tea?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you was just saying that. I thought you said.
So this is for you to have your tea, Socatina. And this is the t-shirt. The t-shirt Socatina. So we're going to put it this way. That's the logo. So Socatina, Shayna, was built by me.
Is Carmencita Anderson part of this?
She's part of this as a support to me, but she's working with another co-worker, a friend of mine in New York. And for we Panamanians, and this is just something, I would put it to be funny, don't tell nobody. But to be funny in it is that we have to create something with a patent that belongs to us. So for us that have the confusion with where reggae in Spanish started, which it was Panama, where reggae in Spanish started, and we have this kind of back and forth with Puerto Ricans. No disrespect, because hey, I hang with a lot of Puerto Ricans in LA. A lot of them, and we little barbecue, we celebration, and they are a lot of them don't know. But it takes the veterans of Puerto Rico to talk about that they give respect to who respect due when it comes to reggae in Spanish. Now, because I went back there, now I came back to Socatina. And Socatina, I had to, don't make no noise, so I had to register it, trademark it, and make sure this is in the United States, is in Panama, Puerto Rico, and we trademark the name. And this name belongs to Samgard Biscom Daily, which is reggae song. So I have some artists, and I have some support of a lot of radio stations here in Panama. I'm in Panama, doing the little, running the voice around. And we, by the way, right on camera, I am inviting you to the inauguration.
Oh, what, it's in Panama?
Inauguration, we have an inauguration August 13 in California.
Okay.
And September 16 in Panama, en el Museo de Reggae en Español.
I will be there.
We would have the artists, we would have inviters, radio station, TV station. We will have you there. We have you here, right? We
yes,
have you
of
there.
course.
So and we have an inauguration, and that is what we're going to do, and just bring the artists them together.
Okay.
And try to do the Soca Latina by the name of Socatina. And I'm just proud and happy and waiting for each and everyone's support to just support Reggae Sam and this genre with the Socatina, Panamanian. And I have some friends from Puerto Rico that also supported me in this. But I said it. I hope, I'm not going to say I hope not, but I hope they don't come to join me first before the same Panamanian come and say, Sam, let we sit down and talk. I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this. And Shayna, I said it. Everything is not out yet. You know, people will start from front to back doing it. No, I starting from back to front. Back to front is Callao. Register your documents, get your artists, record your artists, get your videos, set your videos, get your inauguration going, set your inauguration going, get your first interview, talk about it, and then once the music comes out, everything is set and ready.
Well, I am excited for your new journey, and I will be there at the inauguration. I just want to say thank you for taking time out your busy schedule, Mr. Popular. It took how long? Since October? Since October to get this interview, but we finally got it. So, guys, where can they follow you if you do you have social media?
I have social media, but I have it under my son's names. We are building, because I don't want to mix the reggae of Reggae Sam with the Socatina, because this is where I'm running in. So we just building the website, as I say, the Atrapalante. Okay. We are building the website, but once you get this done, we're gonna try, you know, thanks to you, to put the media right on the screen.
Okay, perfect.
But guys, bear with me on this, and my respect in every aspect for everyone, and my love to John and Suppose, to Renato, to Gavi, and all in this. I mean, so my experience don't have to be yours. Just be nice and be nice. See, it's good to be important, but it's more important to be good.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for watching this video. If you love this video, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you are subscribed if you are not subscribed, and look out for Mr. Reggae Sam on all social media aspects. And thank you for always tuning in. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Love you guys.